How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. How's it going? We don't look at it, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can.
I'll just look over here.
That's the camera right there.
How's it going? Merry Christmas, Luis.
Merry Christmas.
What are we Let's go. Go.
Well, let's tell people what you do so people know.
Okay, so I'm Rasheen Pae-Johnson. I am Rockwall's premier matchmaker. I match people with their dream home. So that's what I do. Now, how about you?
I mean, I work for a land developer, and I love real estate. Okay. So anything that has to do with real estate, mobile homes, houses, work with construction companies, anything like that. So how do you get started in real estate?
Well, so we moved to Texas from Las Vegas, and
How long ago?
Wow, next year will be 4 years? 2026. Yeah, 4 years.
Okay, so in
So
2022?
almost 4 years. Yep. So 2022, we were scouting, in 2021 because we were planning to move in here, and then I had to sell my house. So 2022. Yep. And then I got into real estate just because my surgeon told me that I would never work in surgery again after I had my back surgery. So I was like, I'll see about that. So I went back to work in surgery at the end of 2020, had back surgery in 2028, learned how to walk again. And then had back surgery in 2018. Did I say 2020?
Yes.
I did, like in the future, right? I'm like, I need my resume right here. But 2018 is when I had back surgery. And then it took me till 2019 to really learn how to walk again. 7 months out of that time. And then as soon as I could walk, I was like, I'm going back to work. So I went back to work in surgery, and that was December 2019. So I worked all the way through COVID. Just crazy. It was bananas. Like, I could work. I was like, I could work. And then COVID broke out. Like, bam. Right?
Dang.
Worked all the way.
So what do you do before?
Before
real
in
estate?
surgery?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm two things. So I am a sterile processing tech by trade and an anesthesia tech by trade. So after the surgery, I get the bloody instruments. I take them apart, soak them, clean them, decontaminate them, and then re-sterilize them for the next surgery. So I'm like a high-paid dishwasher, typically. So it's a little more complicated than that, but that's how I explain it to people who don't work in surgery. Or I'm high-paid. I wash dishes. Don't worry. So they're like, what? But it's a little more complicated than that. You do have to go to school for that, so it's a technical job.
Right.
And then I also, during COVID, when they closed my hospital down, they cross-trained me to be an anesthesia tech, which I didn't like. Putting people down.
You didn't like that?
No.
What's that?
First of all, it didn't pay enough. I'm like, they do all this work, and it's really more interactive with the patients and the anesthesiologist, who gets paid a tremendous amount of money. And they don't need us there. Do it yourself. So then, it's just very involved, like finding your A line, your artery line here, or your C line in your neck. Like, they have to put the drugs directly into your veins and arteries. So, it's just more involved.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Being, working, like, the surgeon's right here, and I'm right next to, the anesthesiologist is right. Well, the surgeon's over there gowning up, and we're over here putting the lines in and doing all that, hooking you up to this machine so he can monitor you during your whole surgery.
Like,
I didn't
too
like
close to the patient.
I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I felt like if it was more money, I was doing just fine, but I'm like, maybe that's not it. I didn't go to school for this.
Yeah.
They were cross-training me for that. And then I was getting all my certificates, and I'm like, I don't think this is it. So when I gave them the notice, especially when we were moving here I quit, and we were preparing to move to Texas. And my boss was like, why you quitting? I mean, you could do this. You're doing great. I'm like, I know I'm doing great, but I'm just not going to do it. That's just
You just don't want to do it.
I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, like you weren't enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's especially dealing with the heart. You do this whole dance with the anesthesiologist getting ready for a heart surgery. It takes you at least 30 minutes of prepping. You're in this whole dance. Like when they do this, you got to do this, and when they do this, you got to do this. So it's like this whole dance that you're doing.
Did you ever had a?
And everybody's watching you like this. The nurses and the surgeons are getting ready, like, and I'm like.
Did you ever had a time where it was like scary? Like something happened where like the patient skip a beat or something?
Oh yeah, I had to actually use, when I worked as an anesthesia tech, I had to use my CPR for the first time, and I had worked in the hospital for 20 years or so. You know, so we did a couple rounds on her and she didn't make it. I didn't like that. Oof. So, you know, while we were doing it, they were like then trying to put in a trach. You know, so like we're doing compressions and they're cutting her throat open to, I shouldn't tell you this because you're like, it's intense. Crazy. It's like TV, but you don't really, when you're in your training, right? You just have a job to do and you just need to focus on that job. So it's everybody's job. It all works. Right. So you'll have time for whatever happens to you emotionally after the fact. But in the moment, you're just like, do my compressions. Okay, it's not my turn. Let me do this. Let me do that. Back to compressions. So it's like, you know, it's like you're a well-oiled machine. I do like that, though. When you work in surgery, how much synergy we have. Like, everybody has a different job. But together, we're fucking putting people back together. It's a miracle. Like, it's just, it's awesome. Like, it seems crazy to people who don't work in surgery.
Like, and you worked there for 20 years.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So that was my life. I had a life of service to people, putting people back together. We were like all the king's men putting Humpty Dumpty back together. So it was like okay, horses, all the king's horses. So then
and you think that moving from Vegas to Texas, that's what got you into get into a new career? Like it got you a fresh
so then
start?
I was like, you know, our response was so poor to COVID that I was like, I mean, we would come in and get 2 sets of PPE, but we would be changing that. I worked there for years and years. We would be changing that throughout the day. Like, if you gotta go to the bathroom, I'll be back. They would give you 1 set in the morning and be like, here, put on this set after you come back from lunch. And you're like, what am I supposed to do? So we were like wearing Pampers all day, adult people, trying to save all these people's lives, and people didn't want to wear masks. It was so crazy. Meanwhile, we're in there wearing 2 masks and 1 gown all day, like we're like, can you just die at home? I shouldn't say that. To cut that out. But no, it was a tremendous amount of loss. People could say it's a hoax all day long, which it was not. I lost 16 people that I know, and 11 of those were coworkers that I work with every day.
Wow.
So yeah, we only saw the worst of the worst coming in. So I was like, maybe I'm not going to risk my life. Because our response was just too poor to that. Like, we were responding like we were some third world country or something. You know what I mean? Even they had more equipment than us. So I was like, this is America. This never happened. I worked through H1N1, mad cow, you know, everything, SARS. You know, the response was immediate and not this time. And it was more tragic this time.
Wow.
So, so I'm done. I'm not.
So you were
risking
done
my life to save other people's life anymore.
You quit in 2021?
Yep, and started preparing my house to move here because we were already in transition to move here. So I had to then get the house ready, you know, painted, all the stuff you got to do to prepare a house. Well, I was gonna rent it out at first, but
yeah, a lot of people that move out of different states move to either Texas, Florida, and Vegas was very hot
too, yeah.
So what made you move out of
Vegas? Well, I'm married to a pharmacist. The pharmacy world is very saturated in Vegas because it's a small town. It's really only 2 million people live there. You know, it's a small town. It's not like that. Like everything takes 15, 20 minutes. It's a small town. With the influx of people that are moving to Texas, they are recruiting very heavily for more medical professionals. So that's what made us come
come over here.
Yeah, so I was like, Texas, I don't know, you know.
So when did that thought of switching careers came in?
Yeah, so the spouse was like, I'm tired of this. I wanna go back to Texas. So it wasn't my decision. So it was like, I'm gonna apply out working at Walgreens. Didn't want to work there anymore because it's really one pharmacist with no overlap. So I'm gonna apply out, and they're only hiring in like Texas and Arizona. And I was like, please let it be Arizona. And it's like, okay, it looks like it's gonna be Texas. And then I was like, oh God. I was like, please let it be Houston. And then it was Dallas. So I'm like, let me stop praying for stuff. People hate Houston, but I actually like it. Like, I feel like Houston is actually the most diverse city in America, actually.
Really?
And I was concerned coming to Texas about the diversity. Because I never want to live in a, like, speak English kind of place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to just call it that.
Yeah.
Speak English. I hate that. Because in Vegas, you can hear every language in the world.
Right.
Just walking down the street, because it's a tourist destination.
Yeah.
So you go just walk down the strip and hear everything in the world. Things you never thought you would hear it.
Well, that's what I love about Texas, because I grew up here, but I'm originally from Mexico.
Okay.
So when I went back to Mexico for the first time after years of not being there, it was kind of weird, because you see nothing but Mexicans. You know, and I was like, where's like the black people and
They got black
white
Mexicans,
people,
right.
and but mostly they kind of all look like. It's like, you know what I
They do
mean?
not look alike. Y'all don't look alike.
Like when I went to Mexico City, they all kind of look like. I feel like that's how I feel like it.
Look like what? No, Jesus. I'm not. Don't elaborate. Don't even elaborate.
And I mean, it's so it's like when you have the contrast of coming from a different country where there's a lot of different people, you know, like Asians and Mexicans and white people and black people, all kind of people. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you go to a different country where there's not a lot of
Other
immigration.
people. Right.
You know, and even there is, it's like people from Salvador or Peru or like, you know,
Similar.
like, yeah, similar, you know, so it's weird. And then everybody speaking Spanish, because here everybody speaks like, you know, you can hear people talking in Arab, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
or
Arabic, they
Indian,
speak.
or
Yeah.
from India,
Yeah, it's a lot of Indians, yeah.
or English, Spanish, Portuguese. I mean, different kind of Spanish. Like I have a friend from Argentina, so it's kind of different kind of Spanish.
yeah.
Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, all those Spanishes are different.
Like all Spanish are different. So you
Right.
hear all kind of. In Mexico, it's like they only speak Mexican Spanish. So it's cool, but it's also weird when you're not like used to it, and all of a sudden you just, you know, after years of not being there, and then you go back, and it's like something is missing. You know what I mean? Like the diversity. I like that. I like that too.
All right.
So how do you experience the opposite of diversity?
Well, I haven't. Well, I mean, I haven't been to Africa, so I need to go. Right, but that's one of the few places that I need.
No,
to
but
go.
you said that you like diversity.
Yeah, I feel like it's diverse here in Texas.
But when did you experience the opposite? Because you had to experience the opposite to know that you don't like that, right?
Right, I haven't really experienced the opposite, but
Oh.
I am American, and I don't want to live somewhere closed-minded.
So you already have the idea of
I need
what
to
you
be
don't
around.
want.
Right, I need to be in a big city where people are exposed to other people, so I don't have to explain every little thing, or I don't have to answer for all people that look like me. You know what I mean? Right. So why they do this? I'm not the answer for. What do you mean? Why they do? Who they? I'm not the boss of them. You know what I mean? They who? So I didn't want to live somewhere like that.
Gotcha.
So I was like, what is Texas going to be like? What is, we have an idea of what Texas is outside of Texas. And when I got here, it wasn't
Yes.
that. Yeah, so when I got here, it wasn't that. So I was like, oh, they nice when they're not driving. So then they drive a little crazy, but they get a little upset.
No, that's all the people from Florida that
Is
moved here to
it?
Texas.
Okay. So none of these Texans got F-150s running off the road. None of them. It's not them. It's the ones from Florida with the F-150 running you off the road in your Honda Civic. So.
We do have some
That's
of
good
that.
to know.
We do
Right.
have some of that.
Yeah,
That's
so.
true.
So I got into real estate. That was the question. Because when I got here, I was like bored, and I was like, what am I going to do with my life? I'm having a midlife crisis. You know, like I'm 50 now, but I was like in my late 40s at the time. So it's like, what am I going to do? Like I had a career doing this for many, many years. Like, how do you start over and what? And what? You know, like, what am I even going to do? Like,
Yeah.
so I just was getting out the house because I was bored. We didn't know anybody. I started doing OHN temping. So that means I was just sitting in the model home in a bow tie, like just greeting people, pretty much a greeter, so that salespeople can have a day off. And then I would just in there, I'm like, oh, I could do this. This could be something I do. So I just started like applying, and they were all like, no experience, no experience. And I'm like, I'm just a host. You know what I mean? It doesn't, this is a teachable skill. This is sales. This isn't rocket science.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not asking you to be a neurosurgeon. I'm asking you to be a salesperson.
If I can greet people.
Right. If I could be a salesperson. They're like, oh, you don't have any sales experience. Funny, I have people experience. You know what I'm saying? That's all sales.
How do you think your skills translate into this new career?
Oh, it's great because I'm a good listener. I like to listen. Some people say I like to solve problems. I don't like to solve their problems. I like to bring them to the conclusion for them to solve it. You know, because we working for a builder, yes, I'm going to say my product is the best, and it is. You know what I mean? But because I have to sell it, so I have to really believe in the product. So, but you need to just having basic level up conversations with people. I like that. You know, this is how you improve your life, and don't wait, because the prices aren't going down; they're only going up.
Right.
You've been here your whole life, and these people, they're like, I want a $200,000. You got a time machine? Let's go back in time, because you waited too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, you know, the prices don't go down. But yes, I started off as a host, then applying. Nobody would hire me, so I went and got a real estate license, and then I did real estate for 1 year, running around this town, not knowing anybody.
You were in the streets.
I was in the streets. I was in the streets. I was like running around these streets, all over these Dallas streets, which are so treacherous because it's like so much traffic and so. I mean, the DFW is so expansive. It is like I'm going from like Rockwall to like Saginaw to like Ennis to like
Everything is like an hour away, isn't
everything.
it?
Yeah. Hour
Like
plus,
even if it's
depending.
20 miles away, it still takes you an hour.
It takes an hour. Well, Dallas is unique this way because I've been all up and down the United States, all over United States, up and down. I only lived in 3 places. This is the 3rd one, but I've visited plenty of places. This is the only city of its size that has no infrastructure for buses or trains. So it's like it's not designed. It just goes out and then more divisions and like, where's the bus? Where's the train to connect the people to?
If you don't have a car,
There's no other way.
yeah.
So you need a car, and these people have 4 kids, and they all have a car. So it's like,
Yeah.
so then they complain about the roads, and it's like, but there's no infrastructure here. Dallas wasn't set up that way. So one time I saw a bus, and I was like, oh, they have a bus. Like, but it's only like downtown.
Like downtown.
Right. I'm like, oh, they have a bus? Oh, they have a train. Where's the stations?
I think the closest station it's Rolette.
Maryland? I don't know.
It's Rolette.
Yeah, so it's like weird.
Yeah.
So it's like, then don't complain about the traffic. You know what I mean? Like if you're not going to design a city to move people quickly, then you're never going to get these freeways wide enough, ever.
And they
But I just work here. I don't.
They do like 1 lane at a time.
lane at a time.
Instead of just like do
Put
4
10 right now. Put 10 right now. Give me 5 over here and then 5 over there. You know.
Might as well.
You might
You're
as well
already
because the
doing-
building is still going. Like
Yeah.
they're buying up this farmland. They are really building these subdivisions on it. 1,000 more houses right here. You know, then this farm, then 1,000 more houses right here. Meanwhile, the street to get to it is like one lane, one lane. And you're just like,
Dude, like between
I just
Rockwall and Fate. What is that? 66, I think.
they're 66.
It is like one way
and
each
one
way.
lane. Yeah, it's so yeah, one lane and one lane.
Like
So
you
it's
don't want to
like-
be there between 4 and 6.
Right.
Rush hour.
right at all.
I mean, you're gonna spend 30 minutes there easily, and a lot of people, that's how they get home.
Yeah. So they try to avoid 30, and then but they did expand Sapphire Bay since I've been here. So I'm like, oh, they did that pretty quickly. They made that really wide, kind of quickly,
Yeah.
within 3 years, and that was a huge project. I mean, they're still working on it. It looks like they're still expanding it, but at least they got it fixed for the most part, because that was the bottleneck when I got here. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's really. So where'd you go to school? What part of Texas you grew up?
Terrell.
Oh, I mean, did I laugh? I mean, whoops. That's where Jamie Foxx is from.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. Terrell's
Yeah.
nice. I love Terrell.
Yeah.
So that's exactly where the spouse was going to work when we came down.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, I'm going to work in Terrell. So I like looked it up and I was like, oh, the Terrell's a no for me. Like I might be a little too much for Terrell. Like I was like, I looked at it from Google Earth and was like, I don't think Terrell's gonna be it. So we did. We rented in Forney for the first year as we were scouting which area to live.
Yeah.
And Forney's an L2, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's still affordable. If you, Forney is affordable. Terrell's affordable. So getting where you fit in, it's just not for me.
So where you in the where you stay at now?
Fate.
Fate.
So we found another country town. So we did get one exit. So I was like, oh, it's still nice.
I mean,
But,
Fate is technically Rockwall. So.
but it's technically Fate. It
And
only
then,
has one exit.
and then Rockwall is technically Dallas.
Is it?
Yeah, because that lake, it's Dallas.
I thought that was like Sunnyvale or something.
That's
Who's that
why
lady?
that's why it took so long
Garland?
for them to do the bridge,
Because
because
they
they
were
were going
city
back
of
and
Dallas.
forth. Who is the city?
Who's responsible?
Exactly. That was the biggest issue. So now I don't know who took care of it, but
It's done.
it's getting done. So
Yeah, it's getting
that's
done.
gonna help a lot. That was
so.
the biggest bottleneck that we had, that we have still. It's halfway
Well,
done. Halfway done.
Once you get to the bridge, you're clear though.
Yeah.
But now it's behind it because they're doing it up to the bridge now.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but you know, I like it. I like it. So we got approved for $850 for a house for 2 people. And I'm like, we're not gonna spend $850. So I went around looking for $350, and I was like, well, in Rockwall, it's pretty beat up. $350, right? Like, is this house haunted? I don't know why. What they were pretty beat up. So I was like, when we did, and I'm like, okay. So then when we found Fate, we was like, oh, okay, we can still have Rockwall School District, but Fate prices,
Yeah.
and we can get a new house that nobody died in. So, like, who died in here? You know, like, I don't feel like doing all that. So, that's how the houses were looking. I'm like, no, there are some nice houses, just not in Rockwall at $350. So,
right.
right.
Yeah. Explain that to people.
Well, I mean, what is there to explain?
Like you were saying earlier, like there's no $200,000 prices
Right.
anymore.
Right.
$350 in Rockwall is not the same as $350 in Terrell.
That's correct.
You know, so the location has, and the reason I'm asking you this is because I know you know, but I want to hear how you explain that to people, because when I have to explain that to people as well. So I just want to hear your take, or how do you explain that to people?
I'm just like, Dallas is, for the city of its size, is actually late to the party. So people say Dallas is cheap, but Dallas isn't cheap, it's affordable. And then, people hate when I say cheap, but I have to use my school words. Dallas is affordable. But what's happening here with the people coming and the growth and the expansion has happened in other cities already. Of cities of this size, people are already priced out. So now it's coming for Dallas. So it's like when want a $2,000 payment, and you're like, well, how much money do you have down? Because that's not where we are with interest rates and pricing. So you have to think we have higher pricing and higher interest rates. So, and people just have in their mind that a house payment is cheaper, or they wanted a cheaper payment because their parents bought 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. So in their mind, they thinking.
So what did you come across? What does people say usually when they're out of touch with reality?
I just don't think people are understanding what's happening here. So,
but what do you hear usually? What's the price range that you hear, or
I
what
hear people
their
want
logic?
a $2,000 payment, or even a $2,200 payment. You can have that. It depends on how much money you want to put in the game. But they have no money for down, no money for. The people just need better assistance understanding real estate.
Yeah.
That's why they need a real estate agent, actually.
Yeah.
Or there should be some kind of course going on, you know. And then the people in Texas, they still want acreage, which they can have. But the acreage still costs. And it's out. It's not where you think it is. You know.
Exactly.
where do you think the acres are? There's Paw Paw's farm.
An hour away from Dallas.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you want an acre costs, and you could get a cheap acre. You're gonna drive for it though. But you need to get in the. I find in Dallas there's a lot of people who want a lot of things, and maybe they see a lot of stuff on the internet. You know, Instagram's right here, so they see people living these lavish lives in these big houses, and they keeping up with the Kardashians or whoever they're keeping up with.
And they want that.
And they want that, but their pockets don't say that. Because you're like, your budget brought you here. Your budget brought you to. Your budget is driving where you can live and what kind of future you're going to have for your kids. So you need to try to get the best school district that you can within your budget. Education starts at home. Say that first, and then the budget is driving you. And we're not buying forever homes anymore. Nobody's doing that anymore. Well, you can do it if you want to do it. I'm not saying nobody's doing it. Some people are doing it.
Yeah.
But if ever there was a situation, and people, I get this all the time, well, I don't want to move. I don't want to move. But if something changed and you have to move,
then what do you
take the money. Right.
Yeah.
What
do you do? Yeah.
You're going to stay? Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's a lot of education when it comes to educating the people. And that's my job as a salesperson, letting them know what their options are. You came in here because you want a life upgrade. I'm selling life enhancements. You want one or you don't.
Yeah.
But if you wait, within your lifetime, these same houses will be $1 million. Within your lifetime, I'm telling you right now. Rewind that back later in your lifetime. So then, if you can't afford a house now, how will these 4 kids afford a house? And they have a lot of kids in Texas.
Yeah.
So you're like, if you can't afford a house, are they going to be doctors? Like, what are they doing? Right? Yeah. They better all be doctors, I guess.
Or electricians.
Yeah, or something.
You know, blue collar.
Yeah, blue collar workers. That's true.
You
don't have to be a doctor.
They make pretty good money, and a lot of people don't want to do that job. So I think they're
plumbing and electrician. Get in there.
Yeah.
So they are building at a tremendous pace here in Dallas, and I'm excited for it. I'm gonna get a lot of money, and then I'm moving out. So, hey,
that's their plan.
That's the plan. But I sold my house in Vegas, and I made a tremendous amount, and I was going to rent it out, right? But then my real estate agent was like, I can get you $400,000 for this house. And I'm like, this 1,300 square foot house, not even. And she was like, yeah. I was like, are you sure? And she was like, I can get you $400,000. I swear she did it. And I was like, okay, then where do I sign my check? So people hate moving, but people love $300,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they don't know what it's like, right? They think they love it, but they don't know what it's like. But I was like, I'll take the $300K and go.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And equity. Play the equity game. Ask your realtor. Right?
Yeah.
So that's why certain people move every few years or so. They get ARMs in Vegas. Like they'll get an ARM loan where it's 1 interest for the first 3 years, and then they'll move again.
Yeah.
They'll sell it and move.
Yeah.
So they just keep doing that and taking the equity and running. And I used to be like, why do you keep moving like that? Well,
And then put it on
or put some of it on the next house and some of it
on whatever
in your investments. And but it's free for you to do. It's your money, so you decide. But hopefully you're making better choices. So yeah, because when you retire, you do need a paid off house. Because that's when you'll be vulnerable and you can't work.
Well, that's your biggest expense.
That's your biggest expense. So you do need a paid off house by the time you retire. But I say if you got young kids, live in one school district while they're young. Then sell that house, move into another. But who am I? Who am I giving advice to? Like, I hate giving advice to people.
Really?
I do, because there's so many ways to do it. Like, don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Or
so you just like the way that you sell it, you just offer what you have.
I just find out why you outside, first of all. So you came into the model home, so it's like, what brought you here? That's what I'm curious about. Once I find what that reason is, all I have to do is solve all the problems. I'm like, okay, well, if this house solves X, Y, Z, what are you waiting for then?
Right.
If I have everything you're asking me for, you want to keep looking? For what? The better deal? The grass is greener where you water it, so get in and start watering it.
Yeah. Explain people the process, what to expect when they go see you.
They expect to be entertained. No, I'm just joking. But no, I think I'm funny.
Real.
Some people just...
We won't tell some of your jokes.
Yeah, please don't. I'm inappropriate. But expect a professional, knowledgeable lunatic. No, I'm joking. But no, I'm not a lunatic. But I really care about people. You know, I joke. We joke a lot. We're actually sick individuals who work in surgery because we've seen some stuff. We seen you on the inside. No, I'm just joking. But no. That's a joke. Cut that out. You gonna cut that one out? He's like, I'm not editing any of this. Are you gonna edit some of this?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, you will expect a good product because I sell a wonderful product. Great incentives, problem solving. If you need bigger rooms, we got
what
it.
I mean is, like, what do people expect is, like, welcome to the process of, okay, they go into the house. Because a lot of people, I think, they don't go and visit you because they're just afraid because they don't know what's on the other side of the door.
Yeah, and they think I'm a salesperson, which I'm not.
Right.
I mean, I sell homes, but I'm not a salesperson. We're not, like, selling cars where it's like, buy it now, buy it now.
Right.
You have to buy it when your pockets say you're ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so explain that process of you qualifying the customer, because even sometimes you have people that want to buy, but they just not qualified.
Yeah.
So
and they don't even know they're not qualified.
Exactly.
So in that way, it's like a scale. Like New Year's is coming, and you have to. When it's time to get on the scale, you don't want to get on there, but you need to know where
you're at. Yeah.
So you know what game plan is.
So how do you get to that
point? You get them in front of a lender first and foremost. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they have an awesome real estate agent, but if they don't, because some of these real estate agents aren't even getting the people pre-qualified. What they need to do first, so they can even see what they look at. You know, you're not driving me all around this DFW if I don't even know what you qualify for.
Yes.
And the people, they don't want to, they're not honest. They're scared about credit. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of hand-holding with credit. When you start talking to people about money, they get really nervous and embarrassed, actually. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to be, because money comes and goes, right? But you need to come up with some sort of plan, and I can help you with that plan. We also do builds. So if you're not ready right now, I can put you on a build and you can be ready in 6 months. You know, or if you need longer than that, but you just need to get in. Not be scared about your finances, not be scared about your credit, because everybody's credit goes up and down, every single body. So you don't even have to be embarrassed about that, right?
Yeah.
Life is happening for all of us.
Yeah.
We're out here living life. You don't need to have a perfect credit score, but it would be nice if you had some money in reserve. You need money when you buy a house. When people buy a new house, they sometimes say, "Oh, this is a new house. I don't want to do anything." Oh, you never had a house because you never stopped doing stuff. Actually,
Yeah.
Like, it's non-stop stuff you're doing.
Yes.
That house loves your money, but it's holding it really in value and equity.
Yeah.
So when you have an investment, you put money in and you don't worry about the returns until later, but you know that it's there in case you need it.
Yeah.
You know, some people. So it's just seeing where that particular person is. I like dealing with first-time home buyers because they're like, wow, you know, like it's their first time.
Like
It's
they're really thankful.
they're thankful and grateful.
Yes.
Right.
Like like if they already bought a few houses, they have a few houses on their
Or if it's $1 million house, then
yeah, they're like,
oh,
it doesn't have this,
yeah,
like,
it doesn't have this. It doesn't have that.
Yeah.
You're like, we're not a custom builder. You know what I mean? You want a custom house? You know what I mean? But your budget brought you here. So, but you can't say that. So, I think I need to
I think
leave.
you can. I think you can.
You
It's
say it
just
in a professional way. Let me
yeah.
ask ChatGPT how to say that professionally. But it's all about building rapport with people. People buy who they know, love, and trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have to trust me, and I'm not here to. I already have money, so I need sales because if I don't sell, I don't eat. You know, well, I still eat. I eat a lot, but
no, you.
me, I know. I'm all bones right now. So then, but we need to sell in order to survive, to provide for our families.
Yeah.
And but I'm going to ask you for the sale because that's my one job. But
You're not desperate.
Right. I'm not desperate for the sale.
Yeah.
So I can work with you until
you
you
want
get ready.
to.
If you want to. Or you
Yeah.
can work with somebody else who
Like you're not like a
that you
hard
like better
sale
than
of,
me.
hey, you
Right.
need to buy this because if
I'm
you
not
don't buy
blocking the
this,
door, like I'm not letting you out of here until you buy it. But that's kidnapping. I won't do that again. So then, no, I've never done that. But
there's gonna be a lot of editing in this
I know.
video.
Are you gonna edit this? Every 5 minutes, it's like me asking, "Are you gonna edit that?" I don't think I wanted to say that, but did I say that out loud? But no. But honestly, I'm a real person who dealing with real people in situations in their life, just like what I've done in surgery. When they come into the hospital, most people don't want to be there unless they're having a baby. They're like, "Get this baby out of me now." But other than that, they don't want to. Other than that, they don't want to be here. You know, like so I'm used to dealing with people when they're at a tough time in their life and helping them through that. So that's what I'm continuing to do in a different way. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much the same dealing with people. So I just have to be knowledgeable, go over all the numbers with them, give them a realistic expectation of what it costs to buy a house. Or so they can have an idea of what their expenses are.
Yeah.
So this is what the payments are looking like. And what I'm finding a lot in Texas is because they do so much driving that sometimes they put the cart before the horse. So you just need to buy something to get around in a depreciating asset. You don't need that luxury car or that expensive car.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's expensive, but it's not luxury. It's like
Or
a Jeep. It's like an F-150, right? It's like
that truck that you were talking
trying
about.
to run me off the road. But, so sometimes you need to get that after you get your house, because actually when you get your house, they're gonna be banging your door down because you gotta look. We'll come after the house. Take this car. You know, like they love giving you a car if you got a house first.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to worry about that. So
let's talk about a little bit about that. I really like to talk about the debt to income ratio. So people don't understand that if you have a $2,000 payment because you have two trucks, like your wife has a SUV and you have the big old truck,
right?
And you have $1,000 in payments.
It reduces your buying power.
Yes.
So where you got qualified for a 300 and you would typically get, let's say you wanted a $350,000 house, but you have so much debt already that now you only qualify for a $200,000 house, even though you're like, I bring all this money home. Okay, so what you're asking the government for is a giant loan. The largest loan of your life, actually. Larger than the car.
Yeah.
So they look at your income and like you can't make all these payments and life happen with your income, even though you have this much money coming in.
And it's a law.
Because they don't want it. Yeah.
So
that's the law. So you need to really understand what your debt to income is. Keep that really low.
Well, you don't really have to know. You can go with a lender, and they can do that for you.
Right,
and that's what a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier,
You
you
need
need
a lot of money,
a
but you also spend a lot of money. So
yeah. Well, you need a real estate agent that explains that to you,
Right.
or a real estate agent that can refer you to a loan officer. Because I really think that most, not all of them, but most of the loan officers drop the ball where they're not trying to educate people out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think there needs to be more courses going on. And that was one thing how I was running my business as a real estate agent. I was putting on these first-time home buyer seminars.
Yes.
And I was getting very few clients from it, but I was staying busy just knowing that I'm helping people understand the process.
Yes.
You don't never have to buy a house from me. Come learn about the process.
Right.
So before you get in.
Yes.
So, and then start gearing your life towards that. Because you don't need another flat screen for Christmas. You know what I mean?
Or another phone.
Right, or another phone. Or all the
Or a new
meanwhile, I just
car.
came from, right. Meanwhile, I just came from shopping. But it's 70% off right now after Christmas. So, but get the kids a house for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, kids need a stable environment to grow up where they feel safe, actually. And then they could do their best work as children.
Yeah.
So, for 5 years, just keep them in one place. You know, or 6 years or 10 years. Sell it every 10 years. Or don't listen to me. So, it's a lot of different ways to do that. But if something happens in your life, you can always even borrow against the house.
Yeah.
About the equity you put in already. So it's always there. It's like your own piggy bank. So, I mean, you can use it in so many ways.
Most people don't even have like a retirement plan.
They
So
have 5 kids,
might
so
as
they
well-
think that's the plan.
I mean, might as well just have a house if you're not going to have nothing else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And like you were saying earlier about the back credit, I don't remember what I saw this in the internet somewhere. 1 out of 3 people have back credit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it shouldn't be normal, but it's normal. You
It's
know?
normal.
Things happen.
Things happen.
Life
credit
happens.
Just
Up
credit
and
just
down.
does that.
Yeah.
You know, you miss one payment.
So it's
and
not
you're like,
gonna
"Whoops."
be it's
Yeah.
not gonna be perfect all the time.
It's not going to be perfect all the
And
time.
you think that lenders are just gonna stop letting you borrow money? That's how they make money. They want an excuse to let you borrow money.
Right.
You just gotta give them the excuse. You have enough income to cover the
income.
payments, and you have good enough credit. I mean, they even lower the credit score, if I'm not mistaken, to 580
I do
on the
believe so.
FHA.
On some people, right. It
Yeah.
depends.
So
Yeah. It depends on your unique situation.
you just need to go with a lender.
Yeah.
And find out. Like you said,
There's
get
no
on the
lender
scale.
doing that. Get on the scale and see how much you weigh. So that see what the damage is, and then go from there with a plan. And there's a lot of different plans you could do. I mean, it's just so many ways that that's why I'm always like, don't listen to me or listen to me. It's up to you. So
Yeah.
it's like so many ways. But first you need to start playing the game before you even get played out.
Yeah.
You know, like you're about to be in a situation in Dallas, in any state, whatever state you're watching from. Some people can't afford in their state. Really, they can't.
Yeah.
So and that's coming for everybody. So you have to get in. You need these assets to pass the children. I mean, I tell them all the time, I'm like, I'll make a terrible homeless person. You know? Like, I would be no good at being homeless. But when you have your own house, it's more difficult to become homeless. So, unless you can't make the payment. Unless you lose your job. Can you edit this? I'm gonna need that all edited out. Can we? I'll come back tomorrow. Can we? I need a do-over. That's why you had to give me the script so I can. I need a script. We're going.
That's why I like the podcast this long, because I think that it gets to people really get to know you. You know what I mean?
Do they want to though? They're like, that guy's creepy, and he's like, I thought he was one thing, and then he's
wearing a bow tie and everything.
Yeah, he's a lunatic. But no, I'm not a lunatic. I just play one on TV. But no, but I'm here to help you if you need help. Life is so serious all the time that I do like to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, with jokes. These are all jokes. Because what else are you going to do? Cry about it? So it's like,
yeah,
life is serious and it's happening, and people are scared right now, and the market's doing the market stuff, and people are terrified right now. And but they're still not doing anything about it. They're not saving money or voting. No, but edit that out. I don't know. I'm just want to help people to level up, pass some legacy on to their families, because that's important. Y'all have people with children. You have a lot to think about more than us without children, right? Affordability being one of them, and that's a word that's going around a lot that people are saying a lot nowadays. But affordability has always been an issue. But anybody can afford a house. We make a lot of money. You just need to pull back on the spending and start spending on what matters. You know, and leaving something when you're not something larger than yourself to your kids, whether that be money or property, which is money, assets. That's the way you change things for the next generation. You know, people are coming here and changing their lives in one generation or two generations, and some people aren't. And I would like to help those people, actually.
Yeah.
Because this American dream is for everybody.
Well, I want to point out how there's people who have like red flags. I want to point out a green flag for you, which would be that you're not desperate. So find salespeople who are actually not desperate, because whenever they're desperate, unfortunately, I understand they have to make money and that's their job, whatever, but they're not looking out for your best interest.
Your best interest.
They're just looking to make a sale, and they'll sell you whatever,
Because the choice is like, am I homeless? Or, if I don't sell you a house, then my kids don't. If you have kids. So I understand that whole.
So it's kind of like finding a good salesperson is finding a good mechanic.
Right.
You just, it's hard to find one.
It is.
But
I feel like I've worked in the industry now for 2 years. People are out to help people, really they are. And help themselves. This is a capitalistic country we live in.
Yeah.
But I feel like people, for the most part, you can't work for a builder and you have to be some kind of ethical. Like, because their name is on the line, not your name.
Yeah.
So you do have to have ethics. And we're not trying to trick you into buying a house. We're trying to provide you a service.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're buying a car, I feel like they're trying to trick you, like with here, take this with the upgrades.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, scale this house back and do the upgrades later. You know what I mean? Like, if that's where you are, take this smaller house and do your upgrades later.
Yeah.
Or get a house now, and then when you sell it, get your dream house after that. But people sometimes want the dream house first.
Yeah. Like, that's the first thing
Right,
they
I'm
want. Like,
yeah, I want
wait a
all
minute.
this and this and this. I'm like, whoa. You know, but
Do you
when
get a
come
Lambo
back-
as your first car? Like, what's going on?
And I agree. Yeah, and we all want a Lambo, right? Not me though, because it's too low to the ground. But I had to roll out of it.
What do you want, an
no,
F-150?
I don't. I would have to jump in there like these are short legs. But
They have some with
yeah,
steps.
yeah, I know. I'm like, how do I even get in this? But how am I even gonna get up there? But
I'm gonna do it.
you have to start somewhere though.
Yeah.
But you know, they'll come in and be like, "These rooms aren't big enough," and I'm like, "These are for children. They have bills." You know what I mean? How much
Or they're like, they're not big enough, and then you ask them where they're coming from, like where they live, and I live in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh, so it's not bigger
And,
than that,
and it's like 800 square feet,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like this is like double that. Like, what do you mean it's not big enough? Like, what?
And then they'll say, "I don't like to move." Nobody likes moving.
Yeah. I mean, it's sometimes, like you said, people are just scared.
They're scared, so those. I feel like those are excuses sometimes that they just use, and you're just like, "It's all right." You know, I'll guide you through the process. Like, I'm here for you during the process. You can come in at any time and talk to me.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to sell you a house, but if you're not ready,
Or if they don't really tell you what the issue is.
right?
You know, like if they're saying, "Oh, the bedrooms are not too big," but they're actually worried about the budget, or they're worried about the payment, or they're worried about the taxes, or they just don't understand.
And the taxes here are tremendous.
Yeah.
So I mean, in Vegas, I never paid more than $1,200 on my taxes. So when you come to Texas, yeah,
Really?
yeah, yep. And when it went up to $1,200, I'm like, this is a lot of money. You know, and we also don't have a state income tax. So I'm like, where my tax money going? But these schools are failing, not like Texas. You know, Texas schools do better than Vegas schools. But
Why? All the kids are gambling over there?
you don't have to. Maybe. So I don't know why that is. Because the casinos are funding the schools, but you don't have to be. Vegas is a different place, where you can make a lot of money just being young and pretty, so you don't have to focus on education. So one of the top jobs in Vegas was valet parking, actually. Those valet parkers was making 6 figures for parking cars
What?
when I first moved there. Yeah, it was crazy. They're struggling right now because the economy is very fickle when it comes. If people are scared, Vegas feels it first because it's only tourism. That's the main business. You know, so if people are scared and people aren't buying and people aren't traveling, that affects Vegas first.
Really?
Yeah. So it only really
Interesting.
has casinos. Really, that's our main industry. So there's not a lot of tech. There's not a lot of other things. So it's
Yeah.
hospitality, and that's it. So, but you can make 6 figures waiting tables or bussing tables in some restaurants. Bussers. Right. So you don't really have to focus. I mean, you walk around Cocktail Girls, they making 100,000.
Yeah.
You know, like easy bartenders. I
I've
mean,
seen
the
that.
things you haven't thought about making that kind of money makes that kind of money. So it's a weird place, a fantastical place. But I'm country now, so I'm just gonna focus on Dallas. So yeah, so it's just a different place. You don't have to really be educated. You can drop out as long as you look good and you're thin and all the things. You got 2 feet. No, I'm just let me. We're gonna edit that, right?
I got you.
But God, this is so terrible. I'm gonna have to come back and do a.
He's good. The whole episode is
Yeah,
being
just
pulled
don't
up.
even air this. Right. Oh my God. But this is
Just
going on
block
YouTube.
the whole thing.
I didn't say curse words though, right? I didn't do any cussing. I didn't. So I didn't, right? Did I? So then. But yeah.
That's funny.
So come see me in Roy City. I'll be wearing a different bow tie whatever day you show up. Come get your dream home or your perfect match.
How can people find you?
They can add me on what is my Instagram? I'm trying to build my Instagram, so I'm gonna have people add me on Instagram.
Okay.
So it's Rasheen Harana on Instagram, Rasheen, and one word Harana, Harahna, which is my stage name. So that's in Filipino that means to serenade. So Rasheen Harana
Gotcha.
on Instagram.
Okay.
Rasheen Harana. So add me on Instagram. Check out some beautiful homes. Come see me. See Luis. Have him help you in the process. Let him put you on the scale. No, I'm just. So, are you working with any buyers right now?
Yeah. I have a few
Are they
under
buying
contract.
land?
So they're buying land, and so it's owner-to-owner finance. It's super simple to get approved.
Really?
There's really, you just need two IDs, so we can put the deed under your name. And it's kind of like if I have land and I sell it to you, then I just did it to you and I just have a lien on the land. And then you pay me monthly payments.
Oh, they're doing that.
That's it. It's super simple. You cut out the real estate agent, you cut out the lender, so it's just like a very basic,
Are they honest? Are they keeping it honest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a company.
Okay.
It's like Land Baron. That's the name of the company.
Oh, so it's not one person to one person.
Right.
Okay.
But it's called owner finance, so people understand how it works because that's how they call it.
I'm gonna need a tutorial
You know what I mean?
on this. Right.
Yeah. And because it's land, it doesn't have all the requirements that you do on a house. For example, if you sell in a house, you do need to make sure that the person has a certain debt to income ratio. You need to prove their income. You need to do all this stuff. But usually when people buy land, they're living somewhere else. They're not living on the land. They're not going to put a tent and live on the land. So it's
They
not
might pull a
technically.
trailer out. No,
So you can put a mobile home, but it has to be 15 years or newer. You can't put an RV unless you already have a house there, and then the RV is like recreational purposes. You know what I mean? But you can't live on the RV, or you can't live on a where it doesn't look good. It doesn't have HOA, or it doesn't have any crazy restrictions. You can do bardominiums, houses, mobile homes, whatever you want, as long as it just looks decent. As long as it doesn't affect the neighbor.
Who decides how it looks?
Just as long as you don't have like a junkyard, basically.
Okay.
As long as you don't have a business there, because it's residential. As long as you don't have like if you're a mechanic and you have 20 cars outside, that's not cool. You know what I mean? But if you have a big family and you guys have 20 cars, then it's okay. As long as you have a driveway, you have a garage, and you keep everything, where it's not an eyesore, basically. And since it's outside the city limits, a lot of people like that because they tired of HOAs or rules and regulations and
I
cities.
like HOAs. HOAs keep it nice.
And then you like you were saying, it's like, hey, this is what I have to offer. And then, do you like this, or do you want to go with this option?
Right.
You know what I
Which is
mean?
a
Like
lot of options,
if you don't
right.
like it, then you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Right. That's what they be thinking.
Just let me know. Let me know
Right.
if I'm not a good fit for you, and then I can probably recommend you
to somebody else.
to somebody else.
That's right. Yeah, that's the thing. The people are scared to come in and meet us because they're like, what if it doesn't work out? If it doesn't work out, you don't have to buy anything.
Right.
But just tell me that. You know what I mean?
So I
I don't stalk you because I want to. I don't enjoy stalking you. But, no. But that's my one job, really, to follow up.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you ready for the house? No. But if I don't call you, then my company will be like, "Why you aren't calling your prospects?" So I do have to call you.
Yeah.
But if you want me to stop, just opt out.
Let us know. Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah, like,
Hey,
hey,
I'm
this is
not
not a good
interested.
fit or
Yeah.
whatever.
I found something else better. Oh, that's awesome. Where'd you get? I'll stop right there.
Yeah.
I can take you out the system. Now I can stalk you on. No, I'm just joking. Bye. Edit that.
That's a good point, actually, because a lot of people They ghost you, or they just rude. That they answer the phone. They're like, "Why you keep calling me? 'Cause you haven't said anything. Like, tell me, hey, I'm not interested. Take me off of your calling list. If we happen to call you again by mistake, then just remind us, and then we'll make sure you take you off of the calling list. But usually, immediately, like it just, you put a note on your system. Hey, this person is not interested for whatever reason. Boom, it's done.
It's done.
It's done.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like here in Texas, if you have land, hold it. If you don't have land, get it. Because we're coming here. We're coming for the country. We're coming for it.
I had a customer this morning, and I was explaining to him, I was telling him, I saw an old video in the news, and they were interviewing people in Dallas, and mesquite was developing, and I think it was in the 70s or 80s, if I'm not mistaken. And they were asking people, hey, are you going to move to Mesquite? And they're like, no, it's too far.
Yeah.
And now people live in Forney, which is farther. People live in Terrell.
Wait a minute. Well, let's not forget Frisco. They always say
Frisco.
Oh, God. They like, Prosper. This is so far. And I'm like, wasn't Frisco far at one point? And they're like, you're right.
Yeah.
Dallas doesn't have trains. It's just moving out.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
If you could live in Highland Park, that's where you would be. But your budget, no. But
and people keep buying there.
People keep buying. People who can afford it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I mean, so
you have to get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
And start playing the game. That's just my only advice to people.
My least expensive lot, it's right now, it may change. You never know. But the least expensive right now that I have is $60,000.
That's a nice
1 acre lot.
Are people saying that that's not
1 acre
affordable?
lot? No, yeah, they're buying it.
Okay,
they're buying it. Out of 90 lots that we had originally, we only have like 7 left.
All the way in Commerce.
In Corsicana. 20 minutes from Corsicana.
Okay.
So it's about an hour from here. A little over an hour. So
what are people doing with their land down there?
They're putting homes.
Okay.
So they're just driving an hour. You know what I mean?
And
because like I said again.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Did you see all that growth happening down there?
Yeah.
It's going crazy.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I mean? And so, like you said, if you can't afford this area, then just keep driving down, or east, or west, or north.
You gotta go out. I mean.
Yeah.
Or unless you can fix a home.
Yeah.
How handy are you?
Yeah, exactly.
You can get a affordable home, not cheap, in some places, but it's going to require. And the
thing with that, it's the lender. They want to approve it, because if depending what kind of loan you're trying to get, and that's why it's important to go see your lender. We might sound like a recorder, but I mean those are the basics.
You can tell them till the cows come home. You need to get on the scale. No, just I see where you're at. That's part of it, of your diagnostic of what you're trying to do. And you can just come see any of us and get the process started, and then go back in the house for 2 years if that's what you want to do. I mean, my logic is you have to pay for rent anyways. You have to pay for a place to stay anyways. Even if you stay with family, you have to pay for, utilities, rent, whatever, So you have expenses. Their kids rent? These kids are living scot-free, right? So I don't know. Are they?
I guess. But, if that's not the case, I mean, good for you. But if that's not the case, which is, I don't think it's for most people, you have to pay for a place to live, then might as well just pay for something that at least you can sell.
So, and also when I first initially moved to Vegas, when I bought my house, I did in my 20s, I rented out my rooms to other friends. So it's like we're all helping each other here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to charge you a certain amount. I'm not trying to get rich, but We charge a certain amount. That helps me. That pays for the maid because we need a maid if we're gonna, that keeps the peace in the house.
Yeah.
And then you could just get your house and rent it out. You must have a cousin you can live with, a sister.
Right.
You know what I mean? Somebody that you could live with could help you.
Yeah.
Until they can get theirs. And that's another thing that these homes are moving towards, multi-generational. They have like a space for one person and a space for another person. So that's becoming more popular because people can't afford to live on their own. This is not your parents' market.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a different market, a different beast, but you need to start playing the game because it's so many ways to build wealth that way, build equity, change your life, level up.
Just like the stock market, the longer, the sooner that you get in,
The better.
the better you're.
Yeah, because the prices
going to
don't
be.
go down. They only go up. As you've been here your whole life
Yeah.
and you've seen these prices go up. I
Yeah.
just got here. So
So I remember houses, you being able to buy a house in Terrell for $85,000.
and people were saying that was too high, right?
Too high. Yeah.
Now look at it.
Yeah.
They just got they got their first master plan community down there. Like North Spur, that's right in Terrell. Right near that wall.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's coming for Terrell next. Like Forney, then Terrell. I mean, it's just gonna keep going out and out and out. I don't know what to tell people.
Yeah, people
So-
are going to Hunt County. Collin County is growing. Kaufman is the fastest growing county that I know of in Texas.
Is Terrell part of Kaufman or is it?
Yep, Terrell is part of Kaufman. So Kaufman, the
Crandall.
city, Crandall, some of it, Terrell, Forney, Tulti, like all that area. It's Kaufman. So Kaufman is the fastest growing county. I don't know if right
States,
now,
right?
I haven't checked, but
There's still a tremendous amount of growth going on.
It's still growing pretty fast. And Ennis County, because Ennis County is right next to Dallas.
Ennis?
So anything
Oh.
that is, Ennis is
Not
south.
Ferris, but
Ennis
right.
County.
Yeah.
So it's south of Dallas. So anything that is touching Dallas, any county that is touching Dallas County, it's game over. You cannot get an acre of land and put a mobile home on there. And if you can, you're probably gonna pay 2-3 times the price that if you go to the next county over. And that's
You're
what
gonna
we
have to drive. Right.
So it's one thing for another, like you were saying. It's just getting where you fit in.
Right. But the good thing about Terrell and the east side, which I like, is there are no tolls. These tolls, what we didn't know, is like so
I
expensive.
think Forney, it's gonna
Getting an 80, but it still has
getting
the
one.
20 and the 80.
Yeah.
I think George Bush is going to eventually go through.
Yeah,
I don't
I think
know how.
so.
I can't wait to see which way it's going to go. Is it going to go over the river? Is that how it's going to go?
205 is terrible. You have
So but one lane.
And then behind,
But
like,
where is it going? I don't
know.
Do you have any? I need to see.
I don't know.
I won't be here. No, I'll probably be here. I'll be here. But no, we're going to retire in Virginia Beach. So a little more East Coast since I'm from the East Coast, but far enough away. My brother has a home in the Outer Banks that we go down and
Do you want to retire there?
in Virginia.
Uh-huh.
Virginia Beach, yeah, because it doesn't really snow. I don't want to live somewhere where it's snow, and since living in
hear
Vegas
you.
so long, I'm so tired of snow. I grew up in Philadelphia where it snows, and then I moved to Vegas where it doesn't snow.
Yeah.
And then we came here where it doesn't snow. So I'm like, but this weather is disrespectful. But it was 80 all week and then 40.
Boom.
Yeah,
Right in your
like
face.
80, 40. What? We're not going to do no. Like, it's like, I'm not no 70s,
Not a
no
warning
60s.
or
No.
anything. Just
80,
like
40.
overnight.
80, 40.
It
you're
just,
done.
I remember when the temperature changed, it was like, it started getting windy really bad.
That same day it was 80 and then it got windy
and then
and
boom.
then 40. Then 40. What the? Where did that? That
That's
the
Texas.
strangest- I know. I'm like,
You're still not used to it, huh?
in Vegas, people are like, it's hotter in Vegas. Yeah, but it's a gradual heat. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, it's just,
And it's a dry.
it's dry.
heat,
Yeah,
right?
it's still hot though. It's hot.
Yeah.
But it's dry. So it'll be like January will be cold. We might get a couple cold days in February. Then it starts 70s, 80s, 90s, 100 plus. Then it start working back down from 120.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like September. And it's like, then this time of year it's great. It's like 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
But then next month it'll be cold in Vegas. And in February it might rain about 5 days. And then it'll be like, it might rain.
Nice.
I know. So it's like, is it going to rain? Yeah, it'll rain in February. Then it'll rain again in August. That's it. It's a desert out there.
Yeah.
So then, so it is nice. I do miss it, but I'm country now. And my skin looks incredible out here because it's like, it's not so dry. Right. I'm like, you just drinking the lotion straight out the bottle. Like, it's so dry out there. I mean, if I drink it, it'll get in me quicker. I don't know because I'm drying out. Don't drink lotion. I have to say, you're gonna edit that.
Let's keep that. Maybe somebody's out there drinking lotions.
Right.
That might be helpful for somebody.
Right. Please don't. But that's how bad it's trying to turn you into a lizard in Vegas. It's so dry. It is so dry. It is so dry. But the weather's consistent. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
I've never been there. I want to go there.
Well, you're married now with kids. Don't go.
Don't go.
Don't go. You're married now. You had your chance. You're done.
I don't gamble a lot, so I guess he just
There's
never
other
caught
things
my
to
attention.
do besides gambling.
Yeah. Shows and fights and
Anything you can imagine.
the concerts and that.
Yeah, a lot of
sphere.
things. Right. I did go back and see that. I was so pissed. We were waiting for that so long. And then when we got here and then the sphere opened, I was like looking at it from my country, from fate. I was like, from my country house, like they opened the sphere and I know it's bananas. And then I'm sitting out here in the country. But no, fate's
I
nice.
mean, you can go and visit anytime.
Yeah, I went and saw it. So we had 2 weddings to go to that year on the same day. So we went and saw the sphere, and I was like, we did 2 weddings in the same day. It was so crazy. But like running back and forth to the weddings. But Vegas is a small town, so everything takes 15, 20 minutes.
Nice.
So it's like you could be in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
Not here in Dallas, where everything's an hour. But yeah, so I do like it. The people are nice. Y'all nice. Y'all nice.
Y'all.
Y'all nice. Yeah, see what I did there. So then, so you've seen all the changes come to Terrell then.
Oh yeah. I remember when Terrell didn't have any lights on 80.
It has lights? No, I'm just
It does now.
does it? Oh, by the Buc-ee's. There's lights.
Well, that's 20.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah. So I'm talking about
because
80
where the
and
Walmart is.
Yeah, where the Walmart is.
And that's where that new master plan committee is, right behind that.
The
North Spur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Behind
near-
Walmart?
Yep. So Walmart's up here. It's a little bit down right before you jump on the 80. It's right where you get on the 80. You could just turn right and turn into that new community. Where you would just keep left and go to the, big old community coming in. It's huge.
Wow.
You haven't been over there yet?
No.
Oh, but you're not really in real estate, like with buyers that are.
No, but I like to stay, informed. Because, like we were talking about, not everybody is a good fit. Some people may be looking for a community. And, you can go to, or sometimes they'll try to compare what I'm selling to that. And it's like, wait, no,
It's 2 different lifestyles. So
Yeah.
you have to decide which lifestyle.
and then I
you want.
can explain to them because I actually know I have the knowledge. Like, hey, I've been there. I know what the price range are. I know how much the lots are, like how big they are. And look, you're not comparing apples to apples. This is what this is, and this is what this is, and the location, and so on and so forth. So I like to be informed, so I can like explain to people, and I just like it. I have a house. So I like to know like what the market is doing.
Right.
And
You live in Rockwall, right? Mm-hmm. How do you like it?
I like it. It's very convenient, especially with kids and stuff. Like the schools are closed.
And the schools are good.
The schools are good.
Mm-hmm.
We just got an HEV. We have
Oh,
a
of course.
fresh
Have you been there
store.
yet?
Yeah, that's where I
I've been
go all
4
the time.
times already.
Yeah,
The IKEA is about to open.
IKEA is about to open.
Yeah, so I'm like,
we have
I'm
a
excited.
Kroger. We have a Walmart neighborhood.
I do like the Fresh because that's in Fate, where I live. So.
And it is like 5 minutes from Rockwall.
Yeah.
So it's not far.
And that's where I go when I want to see people drinking in the middle of the day. Because they have a bar there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it reminds me of Vegas. I'm like, oh, it's noon and they're already at the bar. So it's like, I do like that. Like, oh, day drinkers. I like walk past them like, oh.
I don't know what's been your experience, but my experience being when I go there, there's a bunch of moms drinking and the dads are going out there doing the groceries.
But they have
But I think it's funny. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think it's funny.
They're like, I've been with them kids all day. Let me sit here. We finally got a sitter. So yeah, I do like it. I'm like, oh, I walk past the day drinkers, like, and they probably like, where the fuck is he going? The bow tie over there. Right? Did I say F? I did. You're gonna have to edit that.
The beep. One of those.
There you go.
One of those.
So yeah, I do like the Fresh, but now that HEB is open, that Fresh is a ghost town. So really, it's just the bar, right? So that everybody's going to the HEB right down the street. So it's like
it just has so much more options.
The quality is really good. I mean, I love Fresh. But HEB is nice.
Yeah.
They're both nice. Yeah, that whole east side is going crazy.
It's just convenient. There's so many stores, and you don't have to. Because when I was growing up in Terrell, you had to go to Mesquite for everything else. There was no Buc-ee's. There was no movie theater.
There was no Buc-ee's?
No. That's new.
I don't know. I'm new here too, so I don't know.
So it was no Buc-ee's. There was no movie theater. It was no Texas Roadhouse. There was no maybe one Starbucks. Right off of 20. So the whole section there on 20 in Terrell, it was non-existent. For the dealership, Ford, it wasn't there. That's brand new. And what I mean brand new is like it's been there for
because they
3,
moved
4,
to over
5 years or something.
Right. That's new.
It's pretty new. Like from when I was growing up.
What did y'all do for fun?
We went to Mesquite. We would have to drive to Mesquite, to Dallas.
That's really only 15 minutes away, though, back then.
Back then, yeah.
Right.
So it was pretty doable. Now, you're trying to, in rush hour, you're trying to go from Dallas to Forney or Terrell. I mean, it's an hour and a half. Yeah. I mean, it's just terrible, the traffic. So.
Well, they didn't put in trains. They decided on...
Everybody's going to get an F-150.
Yeah. And I got these 4 kids, and they all going to drive in a minute. An F-150 each. So, I don't know. But it's just a tremendous amount of cars.
Yeah.
But no trains or buses. But that's okay. I love y'all nice. Yeah. I know my neighbors. I didn't know in Vegas. I lived there for a long time. I never knew my neighbors. And I used to work in the hospital with the lady next to me. Yeah, we worked in the same hospital, but of course, she don't recognize me because we all look different in our scrubs, wearing scrubs every day. I'm not going to say that. But, so yeah, I would say hi to her. When I first moved in, she had these shutters on, like a business. Those metal shutters that come down? Every time I say hi to her, she would go in her house and put those down. Girl, I can't fit through your window. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to rob you unless there's a pie on the shelf on the windowsill. But yeah, she would do that for years. We did that until I was moving here. And then I was outside talking to my friend Vinny, and we were speaking in Tagalog because I speak Filipino. And she was like, "Are you Filipino?" Because she's Filipino. And I said, "We don't do that. I say hi, and you go in the house and put down your shutters. Do that." And she was like, looking at me shocked. "No, don't switch the game up. We don't do that. I've been talking to you for years, lady."
And what did she
She
say?
went in the house and put down her shutters. Don't switch the game up on me. Right. Don't do that. We're not doing that. I say hi. This is what we have, and it's nice.
It's working.
You know what I mean? It's been working for 11 years or so.
So you speak Filipino?
Filipino?
Filipino.
That's like jalapeno.
Filipino.
I do.
Is it like Spanish?
It's very Spanish based.
Yeah.
We're occupied by Spain so long. They still use some of the same words like.
So you
guapo,
understand
mundo.
some Spanish then?
Yeah, I had 2 years of Spanish in high school.
So you
I
understand when
think
people talk bad about you?
Well, not really, but
Hey,
he's crazy. But
I
already knew
understand that.
Right. What they gonna say? He's a lunatic. Like I already know that. But
I'm mucho guapo or what?
yeah. What? So then.
You said the bow tie?
Right. I'm like. So. It's just So that I feel like that 2 years of Spanish, and my Spanish teacher hated my guts. Even though I had an A, because my pronunciation was off. It was just off. Like I'd be uno momento. I wasn't even trying really. I was a kid. So then like.
But you understand it.
I can read it. I can understand. I can follow along.
Yeah.
But please don't ask me to speak Spanish because, like, my Spanish teacher hated my guts. Like, oh my God, you had an A, but like,
you just gotta practice.
Yeah, I wasn't trying.
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying. So when I started learning Filipino in Vegas, the Spanish helped. Sentence structure is similar. How the sentence just goes in a different structure. Which is the hardest part. So, because you're bilingual, so you understand, like, thinking in one language and then translating it to another language and then back into...
Or sometimes he just won't click, like you speak in Spanish and then there's a word that you're thinking of, or the other way around, and it's like it just won't come to you. Mm-hmm. So I always ask people, I'm like, hey, even if they speak to me in English or in Spanish, and I ask them if they speak the other language, usually in Spanish, like if they're speaking to me in English, but I know they speak Spanish, or I think I know they speak Spanish, I'm like, hey, do you speak Spanish? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay, good, because I speak Spanglish.
Does that help you?
It does, because that way, whenever I can't think about a word, I can say it in English, or I can say it in Spanish, and I know they understand. But if all of a sudden I start talking to you in Spanglish, like I start saying like words, and you're gonna be like, what? Like you're gonna miss half of the sentence, right? Or it's gonna cut you off guard. Like you're gonna be like, I don't understand what you just said. You know what I mean? So that's why I ask, just to make sure that you understand.
Little bit. Don't start right now, right? This video's already inappropriate. So I don't know. But yeah, I had 2 years of Spanish, but I do speak Filipino, and it is very similar. Do you understand Filipino?
Never
tried to listen to it.
Yeah, I never heard.
Yeah, they use some of the same words, like guapo. They just spell them differently.
I'm sure it's kind of like Portuguese.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't understand
probably not even
Portuguese.
that much, but you can follow it, right? If you listen
some
hard
words,
enough.
yeah.
You're like, oh, that word. Oh, this is the way the conversation's going.
Like if somebody, like Portuguese, I'm sure if somebody talked to me in Portuguese really slowly, I can catch on what they're saying.
Of course. But typically when people don't understand other people, they just start yelling, which doesn't help anything. When you just say it louder, and you're just like, if I don't understand,
that doesn't help.
Yo, screaming at me, gonna do. I'm like, stop it! You're not my real dad. Stop screaming at me. So then, you're not my real. So I'm appropriate, but yeah. So that's what people do when they really should just slow down.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I don't know. So I'm excited for Dallas. There's a lot going on here. I'm here. I thought I would be too much for Dallas, but
You fit it in pretty well.
yes. Right? Am I fitting in?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I don't know. I'm so inappropriate, but I'm good. I'm fitting in. My therapist said I'm fitting in. No, I'm just joking. But no, I'm excited to be here. I mean, you made me drive all the way downtown, though. I'm watching this clock so I can see when to get out of here, though.
We did an hour and a half. I
Did
think
we?
that's
Okay,
pretty
that's good enough, right? We're done?
Yeah, I think so.
How do we wrap it up? Yeah. But once you edit it, it's going to be 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After all the stuff that you asked me to edit, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be a 5-minute
Pretty much.
video.
Yeah. It will be, right?
Yeah. So I mean, the way it works is just I'll put all the all the information. You'll send it to me, like website, Instagram, like all that stuff. I'll put it on the captions underneath or whatever, and that's it.
How many followers you got?
I don't know on top of my head. Let's go check it out. Sounds good?
Sure. Thanks for
Let's
having
get
me,
out of
sir.
here. Yes, sir.
Damn Texas ass handshake. I'm an old man. No, I'm just my hand like that. But no.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks.